Figure I got some time. Let's open up KB from the Skeleton Crew. I was gonna get up and go grab her teammates, but maybe another time, maybe a different video. Maybe we review the whole cast together or something. That's the backdrop, kind of gives you that planet dunes type deal. Now, the one thing I could tell you about Star Wars Black Series, they don't really come with a lot of stuff. And that's okay. You know, because if you're a fan, you're a fan. And it's not like Marvel where they have a ton of cans, accessories. These guys kind of just come with, you know, one or two things. And personally, you gotta remember they were kids. They weren't coming with blasters. They pretty much just had their backpacks, and that was it, you know. So it wasn't like they actually came looking for an adventure. They were kids that just kind of right place, right time. So really quick with this figure, you do have a thigh swivel, kind of cool. Single jointed knee, not bad. Single jointed elbows, no bicep swivel. Arms do go all the way around. Single jointed on both sides. The hands, can't really tell. It looks like this one is side to side, and I think this one's gonna be up and down. So this hand is an up and down swivel. It goes this way. This hand goes left and right. Makes sense, especially if you want to put the flashlight in that hand. You can kind of put them in both. I don't see this coming off of her. Very clean head sculpt though. No, the visor doesn't come off. I thought maybe they would have had a thing where you could put it in and out, but no. So this looks like this is very much attached. The style of the suit, you know, very similar to what she wore, very mechanic style like. So that's kind of cool. So it's nice to finally get the last of the kids. This is the flashlight she came with. They're kind of cool because they almost kind of resemble like a lightsaber, but we all know they're flashlights. And it does have a spot to hold it in the backpack. So that's kind of cool. So you don't need to have it on in her hand the whole time. And the backpacks, I think the backpacks were actually really cool for the kids. That was different. It was, you know, something that doesn't really fit, I guess, in a sense, in the Star Wars lore, that they're kids going to school. But very nice, very solid figure. Has ankle articulation, does go side to side as well. Doesn't have a boot cut, but does rotate at the knee, in case you're wondering. Baggy style clothes, very nice. Now, I've seen a lot of people use the Star Wars kid figures to do a custom Howard the Duck. This is one style figure I think I would probably get behind in using for Howard the Duck. I know a lot of people use Neil. I don't have a Howard the Duck figure because when I first saw it, I personally loved Howard the Duck, the movie. I wasn't a big fan of the comics back in the day, as far as the Howard the Duck series. But I did get into Howard the Duck from the movie. And then from there, seeing that they came out with a figure, I said, oh my God, I need this figure. And it was a statue. You know, it had zero waist articulation. I think just the arms moved and the feet rotated. That was it. That was kind of a letdown considering Marvel produced a Rocket figure that had way more articulation. So I think if anything, I may pick up that figure just to do a custom figure of him. But enough about that. This is KB, and definitely does articulate pretty decent, you know, for single joints and stuff. You know, Black Series known for their single joints being a little bit more easier to move around, I guess. At least for me. But just having that ability to set up a decent pose on them. So what I want to do is, over here is some extreme sets. I'm probably going to bust them out, and I'm probably going to end up doing some photo shots. You know, for these guys. That's kind of cool. I'm kind of digging it. And they do have, in case you're wondering, holes on the bottom, so you can put them on stands if you want. That's one thing I wish Black Series would do. Since they don't always come with a lot of accessories, maybe just throw a stand in there, like a little Star Wars stand or a Skeleton Crew stand from whatever show they're from or series they're from. It'd be nice. So it's going to be kind of cool to get her finally set with her friends. And let's see if we can find a pose for her before we throw her in the case. And we'll have her holding her bag since everybody else is wearing theirs. It'd be nice just to have a little something different. You know how you get a certain amount of figures and everybody always has the same stance. So we're going to change her just a little bit. Just to have her in the display case, maybe holding her bag. Different than everybody else wearing theirs. Or maybe we kind of have her putting it on. Yeah, who knows? We'll figure that out. But so far, that's what I got for this video. Like I said, very basic figure, nothing crazy, not a lot of accessories to go over. Articulation is pretty much your basic Black Series figure. So I do like the splits. She does do some decent splits. You know, as far as the articulation goes, very standard articulation. Especially in today's day and age when you have figures that have a lot more. But that's what we got. So that's it, guys. That's the KB review. Thanks for stopping by. Cheers.